we'll go to Dale Lally with DK Pittsburgh Sports. Dale, go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Just wondering. I'm actually here, so you've got obviously you're going to have at least one new starter on your offensive line this year. Continuity is king on the offensive line, and you've only got 14 practices with which to kind of work that new guy into the equation. A, is that enough time? And B, what kind of confidence do you have in those new guys? And some of them aren't new. Obviously, Stephon is, but how much confidence do you have in those guys to be able to get them up to speed quickly?
Yeah, I like it. I think this whole thing for us as an O-line, the pandemic and the shortened training camp is, I think it's beneficial just because we're a veteran group. And even though Matt's moving to left guard, he's gotten snaps before, game snaps. He's played that position a lot. He's bounced around before. And you've got guys in Banner and Chooks who've had game time experience as well. So I think it bodes well for us. And I'm excited to see that competition at right tackle for that spot.
Thanks, Dave.
There you go. This is so weird.
Thanks, Dale. We'll go to Will Graves with the Associated Press. Will, I think we have you now.
All right. Dave, what are you doing starting so early, man? Come on. We're deadline-oriented. Deadline-oriented people here. Look, I'm just sort of curious. A, it's good to see you, but B, you have a young family at home. I've talked to you in the past about, like, when you had kids, how and your wife would sort of divvy up responsibilities so you could be in prime position to play. Have you changed what you do at home, your routine, to sort of protect yourself even further than maybe, you normally would?
No, not really. My life hasn't changed too much. With this whole thing happening in the off season too, it kind of, our routine didn't vary as much. And even nowadays, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not too afraid. It's just my personal opinion of it. So I haven't done anything really I don't know really what much can you do if it's worth taking those risks to really completely isolate yourself. To me, I don't see that being beneficial. I'd rather be with my kids and family and take that risk. So no, I haven't changed at all.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
All righty, let's go to Jerry Dulac with the Post-Gazette. Jerry, are you on?
How about now? You got me, Dave?
Yep, I can hear you.
How are you, man?
Good, thanks.
Hey, did you ever give any thought to opting out, Dave? And do you have any apprehensions going forward here about, once you start playing?
Yeah, it's tough. The only thing that really comes to mind is, and there's really no way to structure with the money and whatnot, and the uncertainty of the guys playing. And, that definitely weighs in your mind. You're taking a lot of risk going out there. And if, say you get hurt and we don't get the whole season and you don't get your whole salary, that's probably the biggest thing I thought about as far as the financial ramifications of playing and the chance of the season not finishing out. So at the same time, I think a lot of guys are just kind of, I like having the routine to be able to play football. I don't know what I'd do without it. So even though that thought crosses your mind, I think in reality a lot of guys are just kind of going with the flow.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Let's go to Ed Bouchette of The Athletic. Ed, are you on?
Hello, Dave.
Hey, what's up, Ed?
Hey, when you first came to the Steelers, or even along the way somewhere, did you watch much tape at all about Alan Faneca and how he played the position?
Not really when I was younger. It was a different age from then than it is now. It was a little harder to find those kind of cut-ups and tapes, which are a lot easier now with YouTube and stuff. But, no, I just watched him, from afar. Some Sundays watching him play, and obviously watching the Steelers, it was a big part of that offensive line.
He was here one summer, wasn't he? And
yeah.
Did you pick up anything from him then?
No, yeah, he was here for about part of training camp, and it was just cool to meet him. That's for sure. Just pick his brain and get a sense for what a guy who's been through it before, kind of been down that path of kind of what you want to emulate as a career. Just nice getting to meet the guy and spend some time talking to him. And yeah, picked his brain a little bit about life, football, all the good stuff.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Ed. We'll go to Mark Caboli with The Athletic. Mark?
What's up, Dave?
Hey, what's up, Mark?
Yeah, my question is about the loss of Munchak last year. Maybe not as of concerning actually line play, but maybe some of the things he did in the run game and coordinating that. Did you guys notice a difference there without his voice of being able to construct things with the run game?
I mean, Munch was great. I mean, let's can't really sugarcoat it. He was a great coach, smart. I just think the injuries really kind of took a toll. Losing a quarterback like Ben, lose a guy that's allows you to have a pass game. That's really opens up the run. So yeah, maybe there's a factor of Munch. He's one of a kind. I'll vouch for him on that. But I think there's a lot of factors that went into last year being the kind of disaster it was on our side of the ball.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Thanks. We'll go to Mike Prizzuta with WDVE. Trev, if you're on.
Got me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
How's it going, David?
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up a little bit. You said you couldn't imagine not playing. I assume you're pretty financially secure by this point. Why is it worth the risk, and why could you not imagine playing? What still drives you about the game?
Because you got to kind of be all in when you're playing football. You know what I mean? It's like once you say you're done, I think, and you check out, you can't really come back to it. So I've always had that mindset of just being all in, football being the number one. It's almost sort of a religious experience, close to I can get for myself. I love the game. I always have. It's done so much for me, and you can't really think about the money and whatnot when you're playing it. You just have to be all about football and attacking that day and having that routine. It just makes life a lot easier. And I'm not ready to be done quite yet. You know what I mean? Getting there, but I still enjoy it. Still enjoy the routine and coming to work with these guys. Pounce and Al. The group's kind of fading away. You guys don't always ask every year. Hey, you guys appreciate what you got in the O-line. We really have, because we know it's a light's coming down the tunnel a bit.
Did you say religious experience?
Yes, yeah, it's a little bit, yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Trev. We'll go to Richie Walsh with KDKA. Richie, if you're on.
Yeah, Dave, with the Power 5 and the Big Ten postponing college football, I know you want to play, and we all want to see you guys play. Are you optimistic? Are you hopeful that you guys will play this year? What are the concerns? What are you guys talking about?
I gave up predicting, being hopeful, optimistic about 4 or 5 months ago when this whole thing just kind of blows your mind. It's been a crazy year, and at this point in my life, I tell everyone just taking it day to day. Trying to, like I just told Mike, just trying to enjoy the routine of football. That's definitely reality in the back of our minds. I mean, I'm open to anything. I know get shut down tomorrow and we're like, oh, you have a free fall for the first time in 20 years. You know what I mean? That's pretty weird to a lot of guys who've been doing this for so long. But it's really screwed up everybody's lives. So it is what it is. And what can you really do at this point other than just watch and adapt and move on?
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Thanks, Rich. We'll go to Brooke Pryor with ESPN. Brooke.
Hey, Dave, thanks for doing this. Without the rookie mini camp and OTAs and now a shortened training camp and no preseason, what kind of learning curve can you kind of expect for Kevin Dotson? How hard is it for a rookie to come in and be on the line and not have all of the experience of the offseason that a guy would normally get?
Yeah, it's really hard for a rookie. I'm a rookie. There's a lot. I came in late into OTAs because of some weird college eligibility rule. But, it doesn't help, that's for sure. Guy coming in, it's a different game, learning the scheme, the system, and getting those reps. It's hard. It's definitely an uphill battle, but all the rookies are going through it. They'll get some good reps in training camp, and it's kind of is what it is. But yeah, it's not easy. That's for sure. Not your rookie year.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Brooke. We'll go to Tim Benz with the trip. Tim, if you're on.
Yeah, hi, Dave. Was just curious from your standpoint how you might give any advice if it's asked for Matt Filer making the jump from tackle to guard in terms of the mentality and the skills needed for that position, and how you feel about the guys on the right side at tackle that might be taking over for him and Zach and Chooks.
Yeah, well, first off, I'm excited for the competition. I'm sure I know both the guys are really hungry, and it's going to be a tough battle for that right tackle spot. And as far as Matt goes, I see Matt as pretty veteran. I don't think he needs any tips. I think he's played all around, bounced around. I thought I'm going to miss him at right tackle. I had a really good time playing with him last year, but I think it's obviously best for the group for him to be a left guard, and good choice. And I think he'll be pretty solid. He's a tremendous player. He's built for it. He looks great, in great shape to play guard. He looks even stockier and more anchorish than before. So he's ready to go.
stocky and more anchorish important to that transition, do you think?
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, I think you sacrifice the little bulk up a little bit and with some bigger guys, not necessarily as athletic and quick, but there'll be some big, strong freaks in the middle.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tim. We'll go to Jim Wexel with 247 Sports. Jim?
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Got me, Dave?
I hear you, Jim.
Good. You had said losing Munch was one factor. What were some of the other factors? I'm assuming it had to do with quarterbacks making calls, but you answered that. And the other question I have is your confidence level in a team that's, everybody's missing their preseason. How will you guys respond? Will it be a positive one?
Yeah, I think it'll be positive for us just because we're a veteran team. And just honestly, I think the training camp, a lot of those preseason games are for younger guys. I don't think it takes necessarily much for us to get in shape as a veteran group. And I think the older you get, the less is kind of more just because you don't need that pounding on your body. So I think it bodes well for us, offense and defensive wise. We got some good depth too. And yeah, I'm actually excited about that.
Any other factors in, besides losing Munch?
As far as last year? I don't know, man. Last year sucked. I kind of already forgot about it. It was not fun to play. As you know, as an offense, it was pretty terrible. You kind of lose confidence, and it just kind of snowballs, and you just find ways to lose games. Can't win them when your defense is getting 5 turnovers. Yeah, it's pretty tough year. It falls on everybody. That's why it's a team sport. You can't lose that confidence, and you gotta be better. But yeah, hopefully we can get a better attitude this year, and hopefully we can stay healthy.
Thanks, Jim. We'll go on to Ray Fittipaldo with the Post-Gazette. Ray, you're on.
Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Ray?
One more quick follow-up on the running game. I mean, you were here when it was really clicking with Le'Veon, back in the day. And just other than the injuries, is there one or two things that you guys think you have to get back to, whether it be putting your hand on the ground more often or just any little things that could help, get that run game, kick-started again?
You guys love talking about the running game like it starts. It's a starting point of the offense. I just always try to tell you guys it's a combination. You can't have a good running game without a good passing game, without an honest, balanced offense. Because if they can just stack the box and wear a safety down, and you can't throw at the top or get that, if they can't keep you can't keep them honest, then it's easier to stop the run. So we just weren't good at all. So the running game is obviously going to be a tough spot where they can kind of pigeonhole you into. Yeah, it wasn't really just the run game. It was just an overall not being good.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks, Ray. We'll go to Chris Adamski with the Trib. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Dave. You've used words like suck and disaster and stuff, talking about last year's offense.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough to be able to break down, the reasons why. I think for, the last 5, pretty much your whole career, everybody's can generally assume, well, the offensive line's elite with the Steelers, one of the best. Where do you kind of, on a self-assessment, both of you and the unit of the 5 of you or whatever, you guys, obviously you're getting older, there are questions. Are you guys still an elite offensive line? Did you have a bad year last year? Can you be better this year, or was it not necessarily the offensive line?
I always say it's always a culmination. It's a beautiful team sport. We take pride in the O-line. Obviously, we think we're pretty good, but it's a team effort. Yeah, you're right. We are getting a little old, but I still think we got some juice left in us. And when you're not good as a whole, everyone's going to look bad. You know what I mean? That's just the nature of it. I'm not trying to put blame on anyone else. We had our bad play, that's for sure. And take more responsibility, but just a global not good. And that, just like I said, it kind of started to lose confidence a little bit, and you're kind of struggling, and it was a tough year, especially when, like you said, we're used to having great years, and obviously you're losing a Hall of Fame quarterback. The guy's getting paid, a third of the salary cap. There's a reason why they get paid that much. Not trying to discredit Mason and Duck, obviously they're capable players, but when you're losing a guy like that, that's tough.
Thanks, Chris. We'll end it with Aditi Kinklevala of the NFL Network. Aditi, if you're on, go ahead.
Having said that about Ben, besides the obvious, what really is different in having him back out there? I mean, do practices or are your walkthroughs running through any crisper? Is the quarterback talking a lot more? And Deontay, a young guy, claims that he's any different. You played with Ben for a long time. Is he really any different, or is he just?
Yeah. He seems kind of lighter, a positive attitude, happier, and I think the biggest thing with Ben is not that he's just a talented player in his own right, is what he does for the people around him. He has the ego, the ability to make you play better, to force you to play better because he expects it. It's similar to Pouncey in a way that true leaderships aren't just good. True leaders aren't just good players in their own right. You have to have that ability, but they demand your best when you're out there, and you fall in line. That's a true leader, and he has that presence in the huddle. You know what I mean? He expects the best from you. He expects you not to lose, and you're just like, that's what I want. The more I've been around him over the years, he's always had that. I think that's part of what makes him great. But yeah, like I said, he seems happy. He's got lighter on his feet, just having a good time. Having to be back out here, I'm sure it was tough being hurt for a year and missing it. That's not easy on your mental health. So I think we're all enjoying it. We all know we're old. We all know we're getting might be Al's last year. Pouncey and I are getting old too. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? So it's I think we're all just trying to enjoy the most we can.